Please take your seats quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Hi guys, and welcome to 1MinuteTennis.com. In today's session, I want to talk to you about watching the ball and making a clean contact on the forehand. Now, everybody watching this video, everybody who plays tennis is always watching the ball, but there are many ways of watching the ball. I want to show you the difference between watching the ball correctly and incorrectly, which the vast majority of tennis players, like 99.9%, do incorrectly. And then I want to show you how you can apply this correct watching of the ball and get a great contact point and a clean strike on the forehand every time. Now, in my opinion, every player that I've ever seen, including you, have watched every single ball that you've ever played. But there are right ways and wrong ways of watching the ball. Now, I often get asked, surely there's only one way. You either watch the ball or you don't. But let's take a different scenario. You're reading a book. It's fascinating. And then somebody speaks to you. And then you say, sorry, I didn't hear what you said. Or the same situation, you're reading a book, but it's boring, you're tired, and suddenly you realize that you're just looking at the page. Surely in both instances, you're watching the book, but one of them is useless. What we have to ensure is that we're watching the ball with the eyes and the brain, not just the eyes. You see, computers have been able to see for about 50 years, but they've only been able to understand what they see in the last few years. You can see the ball beautifully when you're watching the ball with your eyes and the brain, but it has to be both parts that are actually operating, not just looking at it with the eyes. The scientific name for the different ways of watching the ball in terms of sport is fixed visual focus and variable visual focus. You see, if I fix a point on the ground and bounce the ball up and down, then the ball is coming in and out of focus. I can see it, but I'm not focused on the ball. Now I'm going to lock my head and my eyes on the ball, and I'm going to move my head up and down with the ball. And so now I go up and down. Obviously, we can watch the ball by moving our eyes, but if you practice this and try it now, you'll find that you're watching totally differently when your eyes are locked on the ball than when you're just concentrating, because you'll have a fixed visual focus of the ground, and now the moving object, the variable, is actually in sight. To make a better example of this, I'm going to hold the ball in front of the camera. If I move the camera from side to side and leave the ball where it is, this is variable visual focus. And the ball is in sight, but it's not in focus. And now I'm going to make the same motion, but the ball and the camera move together. This is in focus. This is variable visual focus. We're focusing on the variable, and now we're focusing on the fixture. The variable, and now the fixture. And there is a problem in acquiring this variable visual focus, because every moment of your life, you'll be working in fixed visual focus. When you walk, you'll see things coming in and out of focus, and that gives you the depth perception. When you drive, you'll be even more focused on fixed visual focus. So you'll see a fixture, and as the car approaching comes in and out of focus, you'll be able to judge its speed and distance. So we spend every waking minute of our lives practicing not watching the ball correctly. And then it's not quite as simple as that, because when the opponent hits the ball, I want to be in fixed visual focus so that I also get this depth perception and understanding of the speed and trajectory of the ball. But then as it approaches, as it gets closer, I need to change to variable visual focus. And a fantastic way of doing that is to use your elbow or shoulder as a reference. So as the ball approaches, my opponent hits the ball, and that's when I'd make a light split step, releasing the weight from my feet. And now I take the weight off my feet, the ball approaches, and then around and about the bounce, I'm going to focus on the ball immensely. And then I'm going to give an instruction to my brain. And the instruction to my brain will help to make this change from fixed visual focus to variable visual focus. And the instruction is not simply to watch the ball. It's to watch the ball and then see my elbow. So the ball approaches, I split, move, I watch, and I see my elbow. And now my head is fixed. If my head is fixed, then I almost certainly will swap to variable visual focus, because my head is static in this contact area here. So again, I'll split, see the ball, and see the elbow. When you use watch the ball and see the elbow, this transition from the variable focus, it's out of focus really, it's just that we're generally seeing something. And the change to real focus, like watching the book and reading the book, is almost automatic. And then it's much easier to find really clean contact with the ball. It's almost natural. It's kind of unnatural not to. And the contact point will almost certainly be in front or further in front than normal because you're going to hit and see your elbow. The great thing about this is it also encourages you to finish the stroke. If you watch the ball and try to see the elbow and push, then you cannot see the elbow. So watching the ball and seeing the elbow creates a super stroke, but it also creates great ball striking, great contact, and great timing. So now I'm going to split as the opponent hits the ball, watch the ball and see the elbow. Again, watch the ball and see the elbow. So again, I split, watch the ball and see the elbow. Ball and elbow. So don't just tell yourself to watch the ball. The more likely you tell yourself to watch the ball, the more likely you are to stay in fixed visual focus, and you won't see the contact, you won't see the ball on contact, and you're often going to make mishits and off-center hits. If you like my ideas on tennis, check out the books on Amazon. The books are a truly unique learning and teaching experience because we all learn in different ways, whether it's visually, whether it's by seeing the written word. We're all different. With the books, you have great illustrations making things very, very clear. We have very clear explanations with the science, biomechanics, and then simple instructions to the strokes. And also, every chapter is linked to YouTube videos, so you can look at the illustrations, you can read the explanations, or you can see the demonstrations. Or, for more personalized advice, join players in over 40 countries that I'm helping with one-to-one online coaching. It's a unique service with a blend of video analysis and then personalized one-to-one lessons. It's inexpensive and Try this now, it really will make a change in your game. Thanks for watching and see you next time for more unique tennis lessons that really work.